All right, Lagos, good morning once again. It's 5 minutes gone past 8 a.m. and we're back. It's still the Crossfire right here. Morning Crossfire right here on 99.9. My name is Kofi Bartels. I cannot wait from you, but we have a guest set, of course, for a fantastic discussion now. This is one of the men who made me fall in love with the environment, talking about the environment and making it a fulcrum of my journalism, really. And during my time in River State and Port Harcourt, he always made very, very interesting and easy concern about the environment. You hear from him. But this morning, we're here to talk about environmental pollution. Because, yes, Nigeria is one of the largest oil-producing countries in the world, and it comes with its challenges. Our guest this morning, as we look at environmental pollution from the Ororo oil well. Have you heard of that? The Ororo oil well. And we hear that there's some serious environmental pollution coming from that. I want to know, how is the Ororo oil well polluting the environment? That's come a subject of a documentary put together by his organization, and why are they advocating for something to be done? He is fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Architects. He has authored several books on the environment, on architecture, and in poetry. He's a poet. Yes, indeed. His books include We Thought It Was Oil, But It Was Blood. That's Poetry, Craft Books 2002. I Will Not Dance Your Beat. That's Poetry, Craft Books 2011. To the Continent, Destructive Extraction and Climate Crisis in Africa by Pambazuka Press 2012. And All Politics, Echoes of Ecological War, Daja Press 2016. I'm talking about the Executive Director of Health of Mother Earth Foundation Home. As a leading light as far as North is concerned. I don't know why somebody coming to give an appointment. Dr. Nnimmo, good morning to you. Thank you very much. It's good to see you again, sir.
Morning, Kofi. It's my pleasure to be with you today.
Right, Doctor. I think the federal government should call people like to, to take some minutes that would at least turn things around. Will you accept if it comes your way? You didn't see that coming, I know.
No. That's something that we can debate and talk about.
All right. Congratulations on your Rita doctorate award.
Yeah, thank you so much. That was an interesting incident. Very interesting, and I opened up a lot of space for conversation about how really challenge unacceptable environmental situations.
All right, fantastic. Tell us about the Ororo oil well, because over the weekend, on Saturday, November, there was a report or a statement released by your organization, Health of Mother Earth Foundation, over the Ororo 1 well. What's going on there? We hear somewhere in Delta State.
Yes, Ororo 1 oil well in the oil mineral list 95 is located off the coast of Ondo State. And the communities by shoreline, there is our community, people living there, mostly fishermen and fisher people and farmers. Now, the oil well is the shallow waters just off the coast. You can sight it in the night, especially because, of course, of the blowout that occurred in April 2020. Now, that oil well was first drilled by Chevron Oil Company, and because they were having very serious pressure issues, the well had a very high pressure. They had to use the steel block to cap that well in 1982. The well was technically abandoned, using a layman's term, but that's according to my understanding, abandoned in 1980. And then there's been a lot of intrigue about that well. It appears the Nigerian government handed it over to somebody else to re-enter, and then they began to drill using rig that is said by experts not to have got enough preventer mechanism. And so while they were doing that, there was a rush of heavy pressure, and that well blew out in April 2020. And now, more than 3.5 years. Imagine, the well was abandoned for 38 years, and then was reopened, and it blew up 3.5 years ago. It's been burning and spilling day and night continuously, creating a lot of problems for the environment, contributing to the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. We're talking about catastrophic global warming about to set in the world today. And this is one location that could be termed a crime scene, because you have that level of pollution going on for 3.5 years. I don't think anybody has an explanation for allowing that, because when this occurred, Nigerian agencies, DPR, Director of Petroleum Resources, the NOSRA, the National Oil Detection Agency, they were all involved, and we got some kind of indications that the accident could be contained within just a few weeks. But 3.5 years later, nothing has happened. The fire is still burning. You can see it clearly in the night. Go in a boat as much as you can.
Right.
So that's a big problem.
All right, that's a problem. If you're listening this morning, you want to call in and this, please call the number 0700-993-993-993, and we also have female listeners can call the line or call 01465-7190, 01465-7190. Dr. Nnimmo Bassey, so what is the federal government of Nigeria saying about it? Why has it been difficult for the relevant agencies, the then DPR, which is now the NMDPRA, NOSDRA, as well, the Nigerian Oil Spill Detection and Response Agency, and even NISRA, the Nigerian Environmental Standard Regulatory, which I think has been collapsed into NMDPRA now, if I'm not mistaken. What difficulty have they encountered in trying to arrest the situation? That because it's heart-wrenching to hear that this oil well has been blowing out, spilling and burning for 3 years continuously. And what do you think accounts for the fact that nothing has been successfully done to arrest the situation?
That is exactly the question we've been wondering about, and to have this kind of open incident ongoing continuously for so long, and yet nothing is being done. It's not that it couldn't be done. There are things that could be done. We've had variable well blowout. We had the Gulf of Guinea, the BP oil blowout, and that was done. That was in deeper waters than what is gone, that the location of the coast of Ondo State. And so our reading of this is that the government is aware that this is going on. It's not as if they've forgotten. They have the joint military forces securing that location, just like they do every gas location in the Niger Delta, or even when there's an oil, suddenly you have security forces stopping people from getting anywhere close, which could be positive and it's also negative in the sense that human rights abuses are bound to occur. Happens. So the government is aware of this incident. So why have they not done something to stop it? To me, the answer is that we can extend that to what is happening in the entire oil fields in the Niger Delta. The entire region has been taken as a sacrifice zone. In other words, you can dispose of the environment, dispose of the people, dispose of aquatic resources in the region. It's just a lack of care. This is what is going on. There's no excuse for it. It's a lack of care that is unacceptable, a lack of care that is exposing people to poverty, is killing our people, and it's just incomprehensible that nothing is being said about this. It's been in the news on and off all these years, but we don't have any response from NOSRA or from any of the agencies in charge of situations of this nature.
All right, very interesting, Bassey. So this Ororo field is in Ondo State, not Delta State.
Well, most of I would like to go maritime politics about boundaries, but it's all because of our community, which is in Ondo State. Ondo
State, okay. In one of your write-ups on pollution from April 2021, as reported by environnews.nigeria.com, titled Nnimmo Bassey Dialogue in the, I don't know if you remember that one, you hinted that leaving the oil field has been a disaster, and you also appeared to be apportioning blame on the oil company, whom you said are simply there to rake in more profit. Also, in your words, a compliment. Who are these oil companies? Is this one of the missions we've seen with Ororo, or is this a responsibility of the state or federal government? Is it both? Are we looking at both, private and sector government?
I would hold the government, the federal government, and the oil companies responsible for what is on there, because if the state government had raised alarm over that, this horrible, I don't even know how to determine this thing that is going on off the coast of our community for so many years. The Ondo State government also have raised an alarm over this, have demanded that the fire be stopped. The federal government, of course, is responsible because they're working with oil companies, seek profit to get rent from the resources from the aquatic ecosystem and from all the oil fields, offshore, and very little concern has been about concerning environment. So people have been living in a deadly environment, and this, oil well is a special situation where you both oil spill and gas and gas going on simultaneously. Oh, wow. And sometimes gas flare, other places find oil spill. But this combination is a very toxic combination, and we've been able to see from satellite images. We just see progression, see how the sheen is strength, the gas flare, the oil spill sheen, and then see the gas flare, the volume of gas, not the gas flare. It's a furnace that talks about, you see that kind of fire on the ocean. The ocean burns like a picture of hell. That's trying to quench water, and it's not just going away. And so it's been a very horrible day. And the exposure to the people against the health impact and the pollution. And we always like to remind ourselves that the pollution aquatic resources, like the fishes and the other marine species in that area, actually migrate anywhere. So if you say loss and lead a rural where doesn't concern you, eating fish that is already poisoned from a rural area. And so it's something to be concerned about.
Thanks so much. I want to speak more to the impact on the media community. Indeed, every one of us by this inferno, this fire, which has been raging, burning, night rushing out into the off coast of Awoye, you say Awoye, in Ondo State as a result of sunken oil well.
Yes, the impacts are enormous. So the communities, we've seen the people, the fisher folks, and the incidentally, moment oil wells are found in areas very profound, or areas that are almost what you may call they have very presence certain species, and so oil companies sometimes need their wells after the species like going to be found there because they know they wipe them out, so you don't lose memory. For example, the booger fish, you have booger fish, you have anything. It's very annoying and sarcastic for a system that destroys species to name their oil fields which are more or less crime scenes after the species are destroyed. Okay. And so the people, the community plan, all those who fishers in that country, cannot go anywhere close to this accident where this flame is ongoing. For two reasons. One, species there have been destroyed, like that, decimated. Secondly, because there's also a ability con. Whenever you have this oil, just species in the ocean, there's always a big radius, 5 kilometers radius around the facilities that nobody, no civilian, so things allowed to go to. But this one, it's not just people cannot go to the they don't need to go because of the danger, but around that area, that fire burning there, without scientists to examine, we do know that the fish and other species living around there have had to migrate elsewhere. And that affected the livelihoods of the fisher folks, and also affected the quality of ecosystem, not just adaptation, but all the way to the coast.
That's a terrible situation there. But if you don't, of course, we're looking at a report released by Health of Mother Foundation over the weekend, drawing attention of the public and the government to the Ororo 1 oil well at 45 off the coast of our Awoye community. They're saying that it's been raging, burning out oil and, of course, burning gas for 3 years day and night. Dr. Nnimmo, Bassey, can we do? What can Nigerians do? Since the government act, and what should the government be doing? Inferno even controllable at the stage it's at right now.
First of all, citizens have to about this matter and demand responsibility government. We have a new government in place. They can show leadership about the environment and care about the people. For Nigeria, what we take seriously about that, apart from stopping that swearing, this is one incident they can't allow to continue much longer. So we need to all collectively demand justice for the Awoye people, for Nigerians, and for the planet, for our ecosystem. With regard to if this can be handled, of course it can. There's been a lot of drama about that. By the time we were by the initial it was taken over by given another company, and then after the fire, the government said they were going to school. So you have a chain of ownership issues around that. So that has been resolved. Whoever, government can take steps to stop it. They are all well blown out, especially companies that can handle it. For when the big happened, you know what happened. There was a reef well drill. They can drill a reef well and block particular areas from below. And so that was to stop it. And it just needs a little bit of care, and then it can be done.
All right. Right, we want to thank you for your time, Dr. Nnimmo, Bassey. We have a number of adverts to run off this one, but that is hardly talked about. And have a further conversation. If nothing is done in the coming month, 1 month, probably engage with someone from NMD or the Ministry of Environment. I don't know if you've woken up, but we'll get further because it's very important. And people who produce the resources that few the politicians are enjoying, they deserve better. Thank you so much, Dr. Nnimmo, Bassey. Final word from you before we say goodbye.
Thank you so much. I would like to let you know that this Ororo oil well is a national disaster.
Right.
There should be an emergency plan to tackle.
Right.
And we should also not forget the Bayelsa oil spill.
All right. Okay. Doc, we have to go. Thank you so much for it. We'll talk on the other side.
All right.
Do you have HND? Interested in your Master UK? Let's apply for an undergraduate.
It looks at all those things. But the thing in the community are suffering because of an oil being spilling and burning 3 consecutive years.
More news and information. We'll be back in a moment.